This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Hello, and welcome to, I want to say week 9 of the Succaneer, but I believe it's actually week 10 because of the bye. But either way, it's the 9th, I believe it's the 9th game of the year. What exciting action is going on this week while the Buccaneers are blowing out the Arizona Cardinals. Can't get that pass off at wide open Tate there. Freaking Fletcher Cox. Yeah, I had a shutout going well into the third quarter, and then they threw a screen pass to Kareem Hunt. He broke a tackle, hurdled a guy, and ran like 40 yards for a touchdown, of which I let off a slew of expletives that I cannot repeat on the Succaneer because we want to try to keep this family friendly in case you're watching this. You know, there's a young one running around and such, but the big storyline of this game, Rawson Thurber's having a good game. He's not had to shoulder much workload because Sony Michel has 200 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. Gonna look to try to set an NFL record here going into the fourth quarter. Need about, I forget what the record is, 296, I want to say, something like that. So hopefully, oh, there's a fumble. Oh, come on, guys, got to pick that up. So I want to try to get 100 yards. He has tied the record with 5 rushing touchdowns in a game earlier this year, and I'd like to get 6 this game to break the record outright. And could that catapult him to being an X-Factor superstar? Possibly. Quite possibly. So I am looking forward to having a dominating fourth quarter. I know I say it every week. I want to open things up. I want to get Rawson Thurber some stats in the fourth quarter, but hopefully we can actually do that this week. They have a decent front four that have been putting some pressure. You saw in the last drive a couple sacks. I just got to quit running play action. Play action in Madden, unless you do like play action rollout, oftentimes involves a sack. Granted, Rawson Thurber's play action rating isn't very good. I assume that the higher the play action rating, the better defenders are faked out by, the quicker the play action is run, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So maybe that's something that, you know, he can work on. But having superstar X-Factor corners in Ramsey and now Denzel Ward is pretty exciting because they're all over the defenders. And Ramsey's been intercepting it all year. I want to say he has 10 interceptions now. He had a pick 6 earlier this game, so he's on fire. He's lit up. I want to run some under smoke. This is a play I used to run in Madden all the time. You rush 3 defensive linemen, but then you blitz your linebacker and a couple DBs, and there it is. That's what I'm talking about. And there's the aforementioned Denzel Ward. If you watched last week's game, you remember on the very last play of the game, him getting his 3rd sack. He had 2.5 sacks coming into that, and then he got his last sack. He had 3.5 sacks, and now he's a X-Factor player. Went with the all-black Buccaneers uniforms. Wanted to go with the blackout look. I love black uniforms in general. The Jaguars, the Ravens, amongst other teams, like to run those sort of looks. And interception time. Oh man, I thought that Ward would have timed that right. He could have had the pick. And the uniforms are kind of now the thing in real life because the Buccaneers in real life switched to a new uniform. Some people really like it, but honestly, I mean, it's a very similar uniform to the ones they wore when they won the Super Bowl. I think it was around 2000, 99 or 2000, something like that. More of the pewter look. It's okay. I think it's good. It's a solid look. I mean, obviously, my favorite color is orange, and I know I'm in the minority when I say I love the old creamsicle uniforms. But you know, I know that as a whole will not be super popular. But I don't care. I like them, and you're going to see me rocking them quite a bit on here. But today I wanted to go with the blackout look. Oh shoot! Hunt's been not doing much all day. He had that one broken tackle and whatnot, but yeah, I know I jumped. Yeah, like on the new Madden, you can time the snap. You hit R2 when they snap it, and if you time it just right, you get a jump off the ball, and it helps you with power rush, or just getting rush in general. No sir. See if we can take a goal line stand right here. Yes! And that's what I'm talking about. Denzel Ward, baby. He is in the zone. He's locked in. Gosh, I cannot tell you how much I love having star cornerbacks. They're just so hard to find in the NFL. There's not a ton of them around. That's why I spent that high draft pick on Jalen Ramsey. That's why I got Denzel Ward in the second round. He was super fast. I forget exactly how my draft panned out, but I ended up getting Deion Jones early. And I want to say that Dante Jackson, who's one of my favorites in this game, he's another super fast corner. He fell to like the 5th round of the fantasy draft. And it was just, yeah, it was really good. And then I ended up trading for Jonathan Jones. Real life, he's on the Patriots. I forget where he was on here. But he's another super fast corner. He's my 4th corner. So love building up those corners. It was a little more difficult acquiring safeties. That's why I'm using Deion Jones as a hybrid strong safety plus nickel backer. And I had to pull teeth to get Trey Boston. Had to do a lot of trades and give up a lot of draft picks to get that true free safety who can play the zone and lay people out as well. Get one that has awesome looking dreadlocks is just a bonus, as you guys know back in the day. Still like it now. Always loved the dark face shields and the long hair and the dreadlocks. That's why we got LeGarrette Blount pounding it. He's up to 80 yards. I mean, he was easy because he was an older guy. I got him real cheap, and he's still one of the best power backs of the game. Has one of the highest strength ratings and break tackle, trucking. I mean, just a beast. Like all of 250 pounds. All right, we're on the 12-yard line here. I want to get Sony a touchdown, but I may want to get a little closer. They're stacking them one side. There you go, Taylor. Get a little bit closer. We got 3rd and 4. I'm going to try running it. Try my 2 tight end fullback counter. Usually works pretty good for me. See what we can do. There he goes, plowing in there. That should be number 5. 30th career touchdown. He's currently leading the NFL MVP race because he's having such a good year. I may have mentioned last week he's on pace for close to 100 receptions as well. I throw a lot of short passes, dump offs to him. Cordell Patterson is supposed to be my 3rd down back, but I run him out of the shotgun, although I just don't run that much shotgun. And as you know, running the 3 tight end set, Michel's in the game a lot. And if nobody's open downfield, and I'm trying not to force passes with Thurber because he just doesn't have that elite arm strength to zip it in there, I like to dump it off to Michel. So he's having a killer year in the pass game and the run game. So is Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith has so many tackles for loss this game. It's incredible. Kareem Hunt was completely bottled up in the first half. He's got a couple. He had that on that pass he caught. He hurdled a guy and whatnot. But other than that, he hasn't done a whole lot of anything. Derek Carr we were holding him down pretty good in the first half. So we'll see if we can get the ball back here and get Sony some yards, because right now I don't think he's probably not going to get the record. He's gonna be on the list of like some of the best ever when it comes to rushing yards in a game. But you know me, love them records. Love the stats. Love upgrading guys. Said I want to make Sony the best running back in the NFL. I was really trying to get Darius Geis. He plays for my real life Redskins. I've used him before in Madden. He's fast, he's strong. He's a little bit stronger, a little better of a power back than Michelle. Forget if he has a little more agility, but he was a little better with like juke move and stuff like that. But either way, they were very similar running backs, both 1 year pro. But Michelle I got for next to nothing. I forget. It really in Madden, it depends on what the other team needs and what their depth chart looks like. And Geis was the lead back on the Colts, I want to say. And Michelle just had, I think he was either buried on the depth chart or he was on a team that I had players I could give them that they needed. And so anyway, he's my back, and he's killing it. I'm really happy with him. He runs really nice out of single back. He does really nice running out of power with tight ends. Look at there, there's that juke move there. 255. I mean, if I go the length of the field, I'll get 300 yards, but I don't know if he's got enough gas in him to run for the rest of this game. No, they already took him out of the game. He's getting tired. I'll have to try to get a score, get the ball back. There we go. Get some Justice Hill working there. He was a nice pickup. Remember, Jerick McKinnon on paper, such a good back. He was fast. He had super high agility. I think he had like 72 or 78 strength for being a short guy. He was a converted option quarterback from college, but for whatever reason, he kept fumbling, and I could never get him on the right plays in Madden. Plus, obviously, with Michelle being my feature back, I put him on the formations and plays that tend to work, better. Maybe if I completely committed to McKinnon, he would have done a little better. But when you're fumbling kickoffs and just not doing much, it's like, if I can't trust you on a little, how am I supposed to trust you on a lot? Like the parable of talents. I gave him only a few talents, and he buried them in the sand with the footballs. He kept fumbling. So, oh, that's a risky pass. Oh, I wanted to do that. I wanted it, and there's a pick. All right, that's right. 3 timeouts. We're gonna get the ball back. Sony can have a rest now, and we're gonna keep rolling. I haven't looked at my schedule yet. Obviously, the teams are different because of the fantasy draft that I did, so I can't just look at the roster and say, oh, I'm playing the Patriots, or oh, I'm playing Baltimore, or whoever. The rosters are all jumbled up, so I'll have to look for I did play Patrick Mahomes already this year. I think he was on the Rams, and that was a tough game. So we'll have to see. I'll have to look at my remaining schedule to see if there's other teams that could end up upsetting me. But Rawson Thurber slowly and surely is doing well. His morale rating is very high, obviously, so that increases slightly his accuracy. So I think with morale rating, he's up to 41 or 42. I think his actual overall, his base stats are he's like a 40 overall now. I think he was like what do we say, a 36 or a 37 overall when we started, and now he's just a little bit higher. Wow, this team's annoying. It's like it's the end of the game. Just lay down. Just give it up. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get the ball back again, but either way, let's get a turnover. Oh, why'd I do that? Derek Carr, kind of an interesting quarterback in real life. He had that 1 year early on where he looked like he could be a really good quarterback. I mean, his brother really never got a chance David Carr playing for the Texans. The Texans' offensive line was so bad. I forget how many times he got sacked in his rookie year. It was something obscene. Come on, guys. But yeah, Derek Carr had that 1 year, and he really hasn't done much since. My gut's telling me that they're going to draft a quarterback in this draft because I don't think Mayock and Gruden are married to him. So, yeah, they're going to end up getting their guy. And what that means for Carr, I think Carr could end up going to another team and being a good quarterback. The issue with the NFL right now is the NFL right now has so many old quarterbacks. Big Ben's still playing. Tom Brady's still playing. Phillip Rivers is still playing. Eli Manning, like, just retired the other year. With all the Drew Brees is still playing. All these quarterbacks that are so old are kind of locking up roster spots. And until teams draft the replacements wherever, like the middling quarterbacks or the good level quarterbacks like even like Cam Newton, Jameis Winston, they're not even signed right now in the NFL. So it's tough because it's either you got this young guy you're building on, or you have this like guy who's pushing 40, who's in the legendary status. So everybody in between, like there's not a lot of spots for them. It's like musical chairs where there's more people walking around that need chairs than there are chairs available. So anyway, going on a bit of a tangent there at the end of the game, but so we'll see what Derek Carr. I think he could end up going somewhere else. Maybe he goes to Jacksonville in a year or so. Maybe he, somebody gets hurt and he flies there. And I think he's still got some ability. But anyway, since I'm here, upgrade for Rawson Thurber. Let's check it out. Why not? Check out his stats, his ratings. All right, I'm upgrading Field General because that ups his overall accuracy. See what Madden gives me. Madden gave me, nice. 2 accuracy short, 1 deep, and 1 mid. So he is now a 44 overall. Now that is with a morale +3. So I think he's a 41 overall. As you can see, his short accuracy is getting to the point where it's almost reasonable at a 75. Medium, not as much, 66. And deep, well, you see what happens when we go over 20 yards down the field. Still can't break any sacks. Still a little rough around the edges. His carrying went up 1. Okay, well that means he shouldn't fumble as much. But anyway, not having a bad year at all, but still a little rough around the edges. And so anyway, thanks for checking in with the Succaneer. We're going to keep rolling. Going to keep trying to stay undefeated. Trying to find in here the NFL standings. Oh, there we are. Okay, standings. Yep. So 9-0. The Buccaneers have by far scored the most points in the league. And we're 3rd in points allowed. I do give up a lot of yards, especially passing on occasion, just because I get ahead. I like to blitz a lot, and they end up breaking plays. Playing 15-minute quarters as well, they're going to accumulate stats, but I can't complain with only allowing 164 points. So anyway, guys, hope you have a great one, and I'll check in with you next time.